In this lesson we will crochet this flower. The flower consists of very simple steps. The center of the flower is a boolean block stitch, and then I build up around it 5 petals. They consist of arches, and then around those arches I crocheted twice single crochet stitches. And this method actually is almost the same as if I would crochet over the packing cord, but this is just modern way of creating this thickness and 3D effect. If you don't want to crochet over the packing cord, or you don't have thread to match your working thread. So let's start. Let's crochet. I pick up mulberry silk. It's size 10, actually a little bit less than size 10, and crochet hook 1 millimeter. To start, the center of the flower, crochet chain of 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we make treble crochet stitch into the first stitch of your chain. Chain 1, yarn over, and insert the crochet hook between treble crochet stitch and chain. Pull thread through. Make sure to stretch a little bit here the stitches, the thread, because you want your flower look like this, the center. The boolean block stitch has to be nice and full, puffy. And again, yarn over, hook between treble crochet and the chain, and continue this way for as many times as you need. I do not count how many times I do that. It does not really matter. It all depends on the thread you use. If you will use thicker thread, you will need probably less than 8 times. For fine thread it will be more, so I do not count. I just simply try to cover treble crochet stitch with all stitches, with all this thread, so that it will not be visible. And I still have this here room, and I can make one more. After that, pick up thread. After you satisfy with the quantity of those wraps, pull threads through all those wraps very slowly and carefully, and make sure that you still have that thread on a hook and the first stitch of the beginning of the stitch when you had chain 1. Now grab thread and crochet those two together. Again, crochet chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And insert the hook into the same place, the first stitch of your first chain, like that. From now on, I made you slip stitch here. When you look on the back, you have those visible 2 chains. Around those chains we will build up and crochet petals, 5 of them. Also crochet around this short tail for a while, so that you will not have to weave it in later. So after you made chain 1, go between this boolean block stitch and the chain, around the chain basically, and make first single crochet stitch. After that we will make first petal, chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Connect this chain to the right here to the center with single crochet stitch. And again crochet, oh I'm sorry, not turn your work, and crochet slip stitches into each stitch of the chain. Slip stitches. And one more slip stitch right into the place where the chain came from, to the base. Again turn your work, and now crochet single crochet stitches around this arch, around the petal. So insert the hook right between your arch and this center, and crochet single crochet stitches. Again, I do not count how many stitches I have here. I just simply tightly crochet them around as if I would crochet around the packing cord. Make sure that all your stitches are next to each other and covering completely the arch. You probably notice the way I grab the thread. It's not the way we normally grab thread when we crochet. When we crochet, we go right behind and grab thread. I like to do that only the way I do it right now, from the front, like scooping out, like scooping ice cream. It is, for some reason, I notice it works better when you crochet over something thick, over the packing cord or over the, when you create buttons. So this is what I did. Now, when you've finished, you make another single crochet stitch, and we're ready to crochet next petal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what you need to make a petal, the arch. You build the arch and connect this arch with single crochet stitch to the center of the flower. And again, turn your work, crochet slip stitches around the chain, no, I'm sorry, not around the chain, but into each stitch of the chain. Then again you will turn your work and crochet single crochet stitches now around the arch, as if you would crochet around the packing cord. So I will leave it here, and we will meet in the next video, and I will show you how to finish the rest of it. I will only show you parts of this work because it's very easy. So try to spread around this stitch, the center, 5 petals. Probably you will end up with 6, but it's better to have 5. That way flower will not be so full.